Hi everyone, I'm Ronnie Nunn, Director of Development for NBA Officiating, and now we'll take an official's timeout to focus on foul calls during post play. With all those big bodies banging in the paint, there are tons of examples to talk about, both on the offensive and defensive ends of the floor. So let's take a look at some of these plays.
Here's the post contact that we were referring to. Let's take a look at the defensive player here. He appears okay, but the offensive player does something, and obviously is whistled for it. Let's take a look. Legal guarding position. Forearm only is legal. That wipeout or a chop down of that legal arm is an offensive foul, and it's called correctly. One more time. Legal defensive forearm in the post, a wipeout by the offensive player is an offensive foul. Something a lot of players may not know about, but the officials do. Be aware of that play. Here's another post contact. Let's take a look at the two players in the box. One player is defending from behind, and all of a sudden the offensive player goes down. Let's see why. Here's a good review. Gets in front, watch that defensive player lift his knee and root the player out. That will be called all times by the officials. Here's another example of a post-up and the negotiation between the offense and the defense. Good defense there, and all of a sudden, contact occurs, and the official calls an offensive foul. Here's why. Good defense by the defender. There's that push-off creating space by the offensive player, and you can see the official responding to an offensive foul, and a good call at that.
As you saw, the NBA game is very physical at times, especially in the post. There's a fine line between offensive and defensive fouls in the paint, but we're always trying to clarify the rules in order to better officiate the NBA game. I'm Ronnie Nunn. Thanks for joining me on this official's Timeout.